calling. You can't believe it.
Guys, welcome back. He's a local filmmaker on a mission to give exposure to other local filmmakers and to expose non-Jamaicans to the culture. My guest right now is Mr. Kyle Chin. Good morning to you, sir. Local filmmaker, and he's so much more. Listen to me, the man just a wonderful man behind the lens. What can I say? In front of the lens, behind the lens, you do it all, right?
Only for things are going.
How many years have you been in filmmaking now?
2007, I think was when I worked on Better Must Come, which was my first real project.
Yeah.
Started out as PA, ended up, eventually becoming camera assistant on that project, and it was freelance for a while before I went off to school in LA, and then, so the rest is history.
Oh, wow.
So
Oh, wow.
thing.
Okay, so you're having a showcase. Tell us about it. Why decide to do it?
Well, truthfully, it's actually Island Village approached me.
Okay.
And they were interested because, they have a cinema there, but their Wednesdays are pretty much available. And they approached me about, getting local filmmakers involved and showing local content, which I think is amazing because that's something that I wish all of, Palace Amusement would kind of embrace. But so the idea was to show, short films done by local Jamaican filmmakers, Jamaican stories, and have panel discussions afterwards, serve a little wine or beer before, kind of make a night of it, you know what I mean? And just give that area especially, offer something new to the tourists, offer something new to the area as well, because it's the only cinema in Ocho Rios.
Wow.
And of course, they also want to show like the classics, like the How Did They Come? And you know that Island Village has a link to Chris Blackwell and film on a whole. So the How Did They Come, Chris Blackwell being the one who produced the How Did They Come and Island Records and all of that, and his link to film is, indelible.
Oh, yeah.
So it really is fitting that would be the first feature length that we start out with, so which is going to be at the end of the month. And, we want to keep it ongoing. And it's also a way for filmmakers who have made short films to monetize.
Exactly. Exactly. As you mentioned, the bigger theater names out there, right? Let's talk about how easy or how difficult it is for a local film to actually get access to these platforms.
Well, when you're talking about screening in a cinema, I mean, you're going to have to basically buy out the cinema. So you buy out the cinema and then sell your own tickets to try to make up that cost.
So after buy out the whole cinema, how many seats are looking at? A whole heap?
Depending on which one.
On the size,
You're talking about like, I think the smallest, like Sovereign small one might be like 60 or less than 100. And then I think the largest one I have is 300.
So I buy those tickets and then I would have to sell them back now to get
right.
them.
And that's even if they would allow you to, because sometimes, especially if it's, summer where they have lots of big blockbusters on TV, they're not gonna do it.
Okay. So the filmmakers, they really have a task.
Yeah, and and I will celebrate a lot of people in Kingston who are putting on screenings like this. I'll shout out Sky Gallery, who used to do Film Under the Stars. And other, Robin Chin used to do a little thing too. Like, so you have people who will do screenings, but what they'll do is like they'll set up a projector.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then people pay and come in and do them thing. But it's a different experience when filmmakers can sit down in a cinema and hear that surround sound and have people, because that's the dream, right? That's the dream. As a filmmaker, you're making movies, you want to see a thing on big screen. So this kind of thing is really, I think, an exciting opportunity to take it to that level.
Yeah, I love that. How do you go about now selecting the films to be shown on a Wednesday?
Okay, so, well, first let me say, it's going to be second Wednesday and last Wednesday.
Gotcha, okay.
Right? And then as it comes to the selection, I just really want to get films that have been peer-approved as quality films.
Peer-approved?
Peer-approved. So either by festival selections or also my own judgment, because I'm curating the film, so I'm going to look at films that I think would make the cut, meet a certain standard. Good stories, good cinematography, good production, good direction, good acting. We want everything to come together, because like I said, we're showing this to, this is our ambassadors. These are our ambassadors at this point. So the tourists, the people in the area, everything. And the truth is, nothing like this exists right now on that
side of the island, right?
In that kind of area, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The closest you get into that is going to be Montego Bay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Does the length of the film also, play a part in you selecting it?
Not really.
Okay.
Not really. I mean, I have a set budget for how many for the films. So if a film is shorter, it's probably it means I'll have to get more films.
Gotcha.
To
Okay.
fill that slot.
Okay.
So I'll have to split up the money for that. You know what I
Right,
mean?
no, I get you, I get you. You know, the local film industry, it has come a far way, that's for sure, right? But there's still some challenges that we're having. Funding, I'm sure, is one of them for sure. I'm sure you have a long list of other ones you can point out.
I mean,
Funding is always the heavy one.
I don't know if I was prepared to do the smoke show today, but
It's a call to action, yeah.
yeah. I mean, funding is definitely a thing, but you can understand. I do understand, and I'm sympathetic to why corporate don't jump on it, or you know, I mean, because everybody wants to look for a return. Everybody wants to say that, all right, if I invest this much or I put this much into it, I can get this much out of it. So we understand that that's going on, and then of course you have, you know, the film funds and grants. You know, the latest one, the USDI.
Jumper has one as well,
Right.
yeah.
You know, they're doing their thing and they're trying to put the funding in there. And I have to shout out Propeller every time. I will always shout out
Absolutely.
JAFTA Propeller because even one of the films on the thing, my film, Mango Wars, for this first screening, is a JAFTA Propeller film, and that is one of the script to screen programs that includes funding. It includes developmental aid. So, you know, they bring in experts to help you and guide you along the way,
Really?
which is why the films come out generally being very, very good. Like the quality of the films hold a standard.
Yeah.
And that's what, you know, is greatly appreciated, and it's something that we have to applaud. So I don't know if I'm going to go too much into the challenges, but I just want to
We've made
shout
some
out
strides.
some people. But
We've made some
we really
strides.
have been making
Yeah.
strides, and the fact is, our last commissioner before this one, I won't speak too much to this one because I don't know her.
Yeah,
that
just
well.
yet,
She just come in.
Yeah.
But Renee Robinson did amazing things, and you know, from all of the larger films and larger network series and episodics that came in and were doing their thing, it's
Yeah.
massive stride.
Well, listen, I have to applaud persons like you and others who have been in the business regardless of the kind of experiences that they've had. You know, you guys have stayed true to it. You've stayed true to it, no lie, and you continue to tell our stories on the big screen. So, you know, applauding you and everybody out there, the filmmakers out there, trying to make sure that they don't give up on film, because it is still possible, man. It's still possible. Congrats on everything.
Absolutely.
So the first showcase is happening when?
It's happening May 8th.
May 8th.
We're starting at 7 o'clock.
7 o'clock.
It's $3,000 for the ticket. You're gonna get a complimentary drink on entry, either wine, beer, or juice.
Something.
And then we're gonna have a panel discussion with the filmmakers after. So you get to ask some questions, pick our brains about the film, give us your comments, you know, and especially if you're somebody who is interested in film and you show up.
Yeah.
You know, you can.
It's a place
good
to be, man.
opportunity
It's
to
a place
talk.
to be. Love that for you, sir. Local filmmaker Kyle Chin. More to come right here on Weekend Smile. Stay with us. Love the work. Really, really good stuff.
You the cool in my temperature.